Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Real Time with Prince Blue. It is 113. I guess it's January 13th for you people who can't read or don't know numbers. We have a very special episode today. They're all special, but out of this, I think this episode, out of all my episodes I've ever done, this one makes me the most nervous because the two lovely ladies we have up here are they're just like me. They're like hate it or love it. Like there's no middle ground. You're either gonna find somebody that hate them, or you're gonna find somebody that love them, man. And I like associating with people like that because you know what that means. That means they give zero fucks what you think or how you gonna come at them. So what I got is two. I guess I could say is premium the right word? I'm not gonna say premium. I'm gonna say two fantastic follows on Twitter. Um, I got I am just Allen at Brit Lives. That's with three T's. She got me with that one. She trolled me. I was like, why can't I find her? Oh shit, it's three T's.
You told me with that too.
I know, right? Two fantastic ladies who are doing awesome things in the fitness and the powerlifting world, and they're going to get into that. They're also going to introduce themselves. I know I didn't tell them to do that. I hope they're ready for their 10-second introduction. So, ladies, how are you?
Good. Good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, you know what? It would have been great if the bun would have made an appearance.
I know. I was actually just thinking about that, but I don't know if
Yeah,
it
it's
was
okay.
on camera.
Britt's
It
bun,
wouldn't
listen.
have the balance effect that
No.
would be missing.
Britt's bun had like 10
I know.
followers.
I still hear about Britt's fun like weeks later.
It's so
For
aggressive.
y'all don't know, Britt she tweeted out a video where she was doing deadlifts, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. And every time she would let the bar down, her bun would flip up. So what I did was I just paused it and screenshotted it and then changed my at to Britt's bun. And I just ran roughshod all over Twitter. I was attacking people with straight hair, blondes,
Oh my.
brunettes. I was getting DMs, people wanting to cut my bun. So it was great. But let's start with Jess. Tell the people who don't know who Jess, and if you don't know, now you know. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh god.
Well, I'm friends with Brittany. I'm on Twitter. I'm mostly known for powerlifting and my subpar takes in football. I don't know. I work in the medical field outside of this. Um, I'm prior service military. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm pretty average.
We're going to get into that too about you being average. Okay, go ahead, Britt.
Yeah, so Jess and I have actually we've known each other for I don't know how many years.
Oh, we should really talk about how we became
yeah,
friends.
I mean we go
I'm
back
gonna
so
get to that.
prior to
I'm gonna
Twitter
get to
and Eagles and all of that and
Mhm.
powerlifting, but just to put it short, we dated
Terrible.
terrible men that ended up being friends with each other, and we knew each other back in the day and kind of reunited, and the Eagles and Twitter kind of brought us back together. So that's kind of how that came about. I am a diehard Eagles fan. My family has season tickets, so I'm at every game, every home game. While I'm not on Twitter and being a power lifter, I am a social media manager in my real life. So the stuff you see on Twitter is not really who I am. I'm not usually that
Sure.
reckless in real life. I'm actually a real professional marketer in my real life, and I have a boyfriend. And based off the posts that I post on Twitter, I do love my cats, so you'll see a lot of those posts as well. So no kids, just cats. Yeah, I'm pretty average as well.
So I came to
it.
Someone said I came to
Okay.
see games. Unfortunately, you're not going to see games tonight. We're covering those up.
Okay, ladies. What people really want to know is
Oh, God.
Why, and we'll start with Britt. Why do you think you get the animosity that you get on Twitter?
I think because, we post, let's say, like a hot take or an opinion that maybe others don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
It's our page and it's our opinion. It's how we feel. Twitter is a place and an outlet where we can really, express that. And then I think with like the lifting posts, I think sometimes that we get that negative attention. So like, oh, they want attention. They want people to comment on their body and etc. And that's not it. I mean, I get a lot of feedback about like, oh, I inspire someone or I motivate someone or I introduce someone to powerlifting. I've gotten a lot of those messages lately, like especially when Jess and I do like those competitions. That's really what I think. I think that's where it really comes from. I don't know otherwise. I think Jess and I are really nice people in real life. So
not always,
but we get along with a lot of people. So I think it really comes from like that persona that maybe we give off on social media. But
Jess?
So I mean, I used to have, I don't want to say like Twitter 3 years ago. I think I had like 10 followers. So it was really like for me when I got more followers and then started getting all this hate, it was kind of like it really caught me off guard, and I did take it really personally, and I was very easily triggered by it because I was like, oh, like I'm such a people pleaser, really. Like I like to make people feel good about themselves and vice versa. So initially, it would be really easy to like get on my nerves on Twitter, but now I kind of brush it off a lot and it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I think a lot of it is like the lifting and sometimes having an opinion. For me, Twitter, social media is always like a place where you could kind of vent about something. And sometimes you would post something, you would think it's like funny, and then you'd read it later and you're like, oh, it's not funny. It's not coming out in my tone of voice. It's not funny at all. It's really offensive. But then I'm like, I have to own it and like leave it there and just deal with the aftermath of it. So that happens. Like I get it. Like sometimes I say stuff that people don't like. I think we all do. I think if anybody was perfect,
Of course.
So it's just kind of, you just have to take it with the positive too.
Let me tell you something. For somebody that tweets a lot, listen, they're all not going to be winners. And the thing about Twitter is the reason why people be like Twitter need an edit button. No, it does not, because 9 times out of 10, what you tweet the first time is what you mean. Yeah. So if you put it out there, own it, and it's okay. We've all had cringe tweets where you're like, ooh, that sounded good in my head, but when I tweeted it out, my God, I'm such a dweeb. Oh, that sounds lame. Oh, that joke didn't land. But it's okay. That's the thing about Twitter. You're tweeting out your thoughts at that time. And I don't think either one of you should ever be worried about if it's going to land or anything like that. But I will say this. Terry said Twitter needs an edit button for spelling mistakes. Only for Howard Eskin. Because he misspells every damn thing. Like, dude, like,
something's so good, and then you look at it later and you're like, oh.
Or there's that person that's like right the first comment on your tweet, it's there with like an asterisk actually.
Especially when they try to insult you and they have the wrong sentence, like you're a dumbass. You be like, no, YOU''RE. Okay, but anyway, but
I would use the edit button. I really would. I would get like a hot take. Everybody would like it, and I'd be like, all these people that like this love pineapple on pizza. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoa. What did you say?
Do you not like pineapple on pizza?
Oh.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yeah. I think
that's like asking me if light-skinned people are okay with me. Listen, pineapple belongs on a lot of things. Pizza is not one of them. Like, no, you don't put fruit on a pizza.
That's why we don't get an edit button.
But you two ladies, you do like Jess does the powerlifting, and I'll be so confused. What exactly do you do? Is it CrossFit? Is it powerlifting? No. Is it bodybuilding? Is it yoga? What is it?
Definitely not yoga.
So I do powerlift. but I've had a background in bodybuilding, so I like to do both of them. I actually have a really bad back injury, so I try to focus on more of like the aesthetics and not so much on the powerlifting anymore. So that's why you'll see a lot of like the flexing and the booty pics, because I can't.
So
like,
you try to bring the Simps
All
out.
the time and says it's for her OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have an OnlyFans. Okay. Okay.
You try to entice the Simps. Because first of all, let's start with this. Do either one of you know what the definition of simp is?
I feel like I have Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I definitely did at one point, but
Okay, what was the definition that Urban Dictionary gave you a simp?
I feel like I need to cheat and look it up.
give me.
Go ahead. Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look it up? See, because there's actually two definitions, and I'm gonna let you know which ones.
Like average women on like a pedestal. I know that one.
That's one. But I want Britt to get the real one.
Yeah, so according to Wikipedia, a simp is a person, usually a male, who is excessively deferential, engages in flattery, or does way too much for a person they like, sometimes with the ulterior motive of courtship towards an intimate relationship or sexual intercourse.
Wrong. That's the PG version.
What is it?
Oh, the PG.
That's the PG version.
Oh.
A real simp is an acronym. Just you know this because you were in the military. Acronym for anything. So simp is SIMP, right? So simp stands for suckers idolizing mediocre pussy.
I was close.
You was way off. You was like the beauty of putting women on a pedestal. No.
Oh.
That's not it. So there's two types of simps. The simp that y'all may get is the one like when you post, let's say you post like this guy was being a real jerk, and then somebody underneath says, "Who I gotta fight?" That's one simp. That's one simp.
Two of those.
Who I gotta fight? That's one definition.
Who is it, Queen? Where are they at?
Where they? I want them to legit be like where they at, and then you be like right here at the Target. Give them the address and be like, I'm waiting on you, King. Come save me, King Simp. Where are you? Who I got to fight? Shut up! You ain't fighting nobody.
Like actually, I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
I'll fight them.
I'm pretty sure I weigh more than you, anyways.
I mean, you're only lifting a Buick, so I think you could probably take out a man in the bath and towel section at Target. I think you can handle that. But so you guys get attention from the simps all the time, and I'll make a joke about it. Just AD said Dr. Umar would not approve of this. Y'all know who Dr. Umar is?
No. Who is that?
I bet. Dr. Umar is a very intelligent black professor in the black community, and anything that has to do with anything that's off the beaten path of being pro-black, like he has an issue with it. So the fact that I'm on here with two vanilla queens, he would disapprove. But it's okay. This is my show. Dr. Umar, you do you, I'ma do me. But you guys deal with simps all the time. And I'm not asking you to name simps or drop simps, but give me the worst DM you've gotten from a simp. Starting with Jess.
It's gonna be hard.
Starting with me.
I don't even know.
God. I feel like it was the one that we talked about before, who like would message me every day, like begging me to be his mistress, and he would address me as mistress and like ask for pictures of like my feet and like, will you put a leash on me and walk me around like a dog? And I'm like, they're just downright creepy. Like they're not funny, they're not smooth. Like sometimes it's like a corny pickup line. I'm like, haha, that's funny, but not interested. But like just straight up weird. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I'm just gonna block this one. And then you got like the guy that just say, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
And you'll like look back. I remember one time I scrolled back. I'm like, how has he been trying to do this? Like 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years of haze.
Like for
That's
me,
how I live
yeah.
rent free in this man's head. Hey, hey, hey.
Well, that's like for me, that's like the worst one you can get. And I have a few of those where it's like literally a guy that's talking to himself for like 2 years. He's like, hey, you don't answer any of those times. And he's like secretly like looking and like spying on you and then like just continues to say hey. But it's weird. And then like the ones that you don't want to see are like the secret dick pics or like the
Thank God
unsolicited
they
dick
come up
pics.
as like hidden image first. You're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Those are the ones, I think those are the worst. Like no woman, I don't think any woman wants to see that. Like no one's asking for that. They don't want to open their phone and have to see your disgusting.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like in between like patients at work.
Yeah, I'm like looking and I'm like, oh, there's like clients around. I'm going to close my messages right now. See that well,
no, my favorite one, I had a guy that said, like, he messaged me, he said, may I show you my penis? I was like,
well, at least he was nice about it.
I don't want to see it. And he's like, thank you so much for your time. And they just bowed out. I was just like, at least he asked.
Well, at least he was nice about it. I mean, he didn't just send it to you. He was like, "Madame, would you mind if I partake in the dick pic?" And then you'd be like, no." And I'm like, "Okay, very well."
That's exactly how it went. I was like, all right, cool.
Now, as a woman, like, I never understood, even as a man, like, what is the appeal? Like, I've never heard a woman say, I made him send me a dick pic just to make sure. Like, all I hear about is how they're unsolicited. So, do you know, or maybe yourself, have ever asked a man, like, hey, before you come over, I need to know what I'm dealing with? And how do you know it's his? It could be somebody else's. He could have searched for a random dick pic, like, okay, I think this one works, and then send it.
I think one time I didn't ask for it though. I don't know. It was in my like dating phase. My Tinder, my swipe right, swipe left.
You did that recently, more recently than I have. So
and it's funny, like I don't think guys realize that when we had dick pics, we show them to our friends.
Yeah, we're like,
exactly.
Guy from the beach.
Oh my God, we had a friend with us that did, one of our girlfriends wanted dick pics. And she was like, I wish guys would send me dick pics. So we would like wingman for her and we'd go find these guys for her and like, she wants dick pics. And then she'd get them and she'd share them with us. But this guy brought like a cock ring with him on vacation.
That was
and put it on his penis and like sent her the picture. And I'm like, dude, is he down here with his friends? And he brought
it's like on a bachelor party and he's wearing a dick ring.
Otherwise, I never have asked for them. I like had one guy one time back in the day that sent me one and I was like, all right, that's enticing. Otherwise, no. It's a hard no on those.
Because I'm trying to figure out like if a woman ever gets one and it's one that she likes, is she like, okay, what's the next step? Like, what do you like? Okay,
like,
I like what I
see. Like your steak at Texas Roadhouse before you sit down to dinner.
Yeah, it's like and then like if you was to like call Britt and you like Britt, what's going on? Like nothing, Jess. What are you about to do, girl? I got this man coming over. Okay, who is he? I don't know. I just know what his dick looks like. Like, what do you like?
We've had a conversation like that before.
Yeah,
like, it was about my boyfriend. Oh no, it was
now what?
Dating.
Did your brother? Did your boyfriend hit you up in your DMs, or you met him outside?
I met him on Tinder.
Okay. Hey, listen, I met my wife on POF, so I'm all for internet dating, especially now. Like, I watch too much ID channel. Like, when women be like, oh, he said to meet him at the Family Dollar on MLK. And I'm like, no. How about you talk to him some more and then meet him in a well-lit area, dumbass? I'm all for internet dating because you can find out about a guy enough to where you like, okay, I want to meet you, or nah, I'm not meeting you. And speaking of internet, I know especially you two because you're part of the DM task force. Like,
Huh? How did I know this was going to segue into this?
Because let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, like, I got a guy who can find anything. I'll be like, if you fuck with me, I know a guy that he could find anything on the internet. But I also tell them, I know two girls that if you try to get funny or talk bad or act like you don't do shit, 9 out of 10 they have a DM from you being a simp. And that's you two, because we had Kia Stinger guy who, for those who don't know, it was this guy, like, he was really upset about the way I tweeted or something. Like, he was really upset.
Like
Then he
sports.
started, yeah. Then he started talking about like how much he made and how he makes $50,000 a year at. Oh no, he said he made over like 100K.
Yeah,
He
way
said
more
he
than
made
that.
like 6 figures and that
Yeah, he made six figures,
or something.
and he drives a Kia Stinger. And then he was talking mad shit,
Hmm.
and he was saying how he don't simp for anybody like that. Lo and behold, he tried to hit up both Britt and Jess on different occasions, and you two got to business, and I found out not only did he not make 6 figures, he made 50K, which is nothing to sneeze at,
Right.
and his kid Stinger was 50K. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you even that shit out? Like,
Yeah, yeah, that didn't take long. I think I found his LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, you found his LinkedIn.
That's
We
what
were
I did.
looking at
I
it. We're
found
like,
his
oh,
LinkedIn.
what's the average
And then
salary?
I found his Facebook, and then I looked at the salary for Wells Fargo. I went on Indeed as if I was going to be a Wells Fargo personal finance. I found out
You don't make more
everything.
than 60K.
The only thing
max,
we couldn't
all
find
right?
was his social security number. But
Yeah.
that was about it.
he was like, but what cracked me up was when he really legit, like, he tried to flex on me about a Kia Stinger. He was like, I drive a Kia Stinger. What you drive? I'm like, huh?
Like, bro, it's still a Kia, okay?
It's a Kia Stinger. And then he had this like weird, like, he looked like a Russian hitman who retired and could get a call back any other time. And then he had this really sloppy like tie. And then I put my face on his picture. and the Kia Stinger guy. But
I feel like
you could,
him off Twitter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think y'all did chase him off Twitter. And he DM'd me. He was like really upset about it. He was like, I don't know why you're trying to make it more than what it was. You know, I was just trying to be a good friend to them. I was like, dude, you asked him out on a date. Like, it was like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Want to go out? Like, it was no.
Brittany was dead. I have a boyfriend.
I literally said, I have a boyfriend. Oh, okay. You still want to go to dinner?
Why do you guys think that? I mean, I kept saying guys. Why do you ladies think that guys ignore you when you say you have a boyfriend?
I wish I knew the answer to that.
No, it's weird because some women have like wives.
Yeah, they have like wives, families. It's like, do you not have respect for them? Like,
No. I'm gonna tell you no.
I wouldn't
No.
know in that situation.
I think guys just like, I don't know, they test the waters, see what they can get. I don't know.
Maybe they like the attention.
Now, are you now? I've seen I've seen both of you DM shots, Britt and Jess. You're not a mean you're not mean letdown people. You're like, oh, so sweet. I got a boyfriend. You're not like, get the fuck out of here, you creep. So I think that's why they continue, because they're like, men have to be embarrassed and like literally kicked in the nuts to understand that women don't want them. Like, they're like, she's saying no, but she smiled. So I'm in there. Like, no, dude, that's a nervous smile. That's I'm calling 911 smile. So I often wonder if you girls were more brass, like, no, fuck out of here, tweeter dick or something. Would that make them stop? Would they like leave the conversation then? I don't know.
Some people. More recently, I don't know. I don't care anymore. I'm like, no, let's stop.
Yeah.
Now, before you guys were together, I keep saying guys. I'm sorry, ladies. Before you two were together, before you two got in relationships, who was the wing woman?
I don't think we never had that experience together.
We've been dude up.
Y'all never,
I've been in
y'all
one
never
relationship.
done it.
So we both dated like shitty car guys together. So we would go with our dumb boyfriends to car meets. They'd drive their stupid Subarus and they'd be lowered.
Wait, time.
Oh well.
Studio cars in New Jersey and Philly.
Was it Fast and the Furious with Subaru?
Literally, they tried so hard. We used to meet at the United Artists like theater in King of Prussia, and everybody would show up with their.
And they grab their fucking little engines and their
like,
exhaust.
Yeah, bro. You running road.
Now hold on. Y'all didn't make Whoopi in the back seat of a Subaru, did y'all?
No, never did that.
What?
We weren't. No, they were just.
Well, it wasn't like y'all was dating Vin Diesel and
Brittany had a boyfriend. We re-met later after we got rid of those boyfriends. Brittany had a new one. Then we became friends again, and I was the single one. I was single for probably like 2 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I
remember that because you will always post how single you were. And then I think that's when I was like, well, goddamn, like who's single that long? But then when you got your boyfriend, it was like the flood came out. And then that's when I noticed when you were single, you didn't get a lot of heat. But once you started tweeting about your boyfriend and how happy you were, you started getting heat.
Yeah.
And that's just the way Twitter is. Like if you check like Instagram, like under an Instagram model, like if there's no man anywhere, like they like Queen, you sexy, blah, blah, blah. But she posts a pic with her man, you slut, like you a bitch, like you doing it for clout. And I'm like,
I tweeted I was going to my boyfriend's house, and I was like, "You're a slut. It's a pandemic." I'm like, "What?"
oh, I remember that. I remember that. I'm like, poor Jess, she just going to get her boots knocked and she was called a slut. Like, it's her man. It's your man. Some of those people that was calling you a slut because of the pandemic, they like lick public toilet seats, but they wanna talk about you because you went to see your boyfriend during a pandemic. If you can't be with your boyfriend during a pandemic, who the hell can you be with?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we kept our social circles so small, and they're still small. Like Brittany, my boyfriend, my parents, and one other friend are like the only people I've really seen in like the whole time. So, and we all work from home, or I wear full PPE at work every day anyway. And I just got vaccinated today too, so hopefully nothing happens to me.
Listen, I'm like, cause I be trying to figure out like you girls, like you're on Twitter, but you each do fantastic things in your personal life. But it's just funny how perception rules over everything. Like before I told anybody what I did for a living, like they didn't know. And even now when I tell them what I did, they can't believe it. They're like, yo, you were a police officer. I was like, who do you think is the best person to be a troll? A police officer. Because we know how to get, like if you're at a standoff or at a you got to talk somebody out of a car, you troll them. Like, hey man, listen. If you just come on out, I got you. You ain't even got to worry about that, man. I got you. They be like, you sure? I'm like, man, listen, I got you. Then you pull them out the car, then you arrested them. They like, oh man, you got me. I believe. It's like it's the best thing. But when it comes to you two, like I noticed that, and you guys are pretty close. And what made me catch on to you two was, especially what I was like, I got to get these girls on, was when Jess was upset about the gyms closing, and you made it be known. Okay, who gives a shit?
Barely gone.
And people were so mad at you. They was like, you stupid bitch. It's a panorama and all this shit. And I was like, why are they going at Jess so much? Like, what did she say? And I went to your tweet. I was like, she tweeted about wanting to go to the gym because it's just as good for your mental health as it is for your physical health. She didn't say, fuck everybody, the pandemic's fake, I'm going to the gym. You said the gyms need to be open because mentally and physically that helps you during times like this. And people like absolutely went off on you.
Closing, like that was my main thing. I'm like, I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is that people are still all going to meet up for holidays. They're still all going to party. We see Instagram influencers with their huge parties everywhere. That's the problem. I mean, we know people that have been to Florida and went to bars and didn't wear masks, but we're not those people. So I mean, there's just bigger things at play, and I get that not everybody liked that take and they thought it was a poor take, but it's my take and I own it. So I'm sorry if it offended anyone.
Damn right, it's yours. I mean, that's what you do. You work and you go to the gym. I mean, I don't understand why going to the gym hurts anybody else if you're wearing your mask and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Because guess what, people? You can absolutely do the right thing. Somebody can come into your house to fix a water heater and they got COVID and now you got COVID.
Right. Yeah. It sucks at work.
You could do everything right and still catch it. I mean, I don't know what else to say on that. I just know that people was very upset because y'all spoke about something that meant a lot to you and how you would be affected by it, and they was not trying to hear that. They was so mad at just that day. I was laughing so hard. I was like,
"No, I didn't mean to get this response." And then on top of that, and then we had people that were complaining that we went on vacation, and we did. God. We went to Ocean City back in August. Numbers were low. We were allowed to do it. We followed whatever guidelines they had. And like, I get it. Like, well, there was still a pandemic. And I'm like, I mean, but is COVID ever really going to go away? So, the way I see it, the government's going to tell us when things are okay to do. At the time, it was okay to do that. But just because the government says it's okay, or it's like, it's recommended we can do it, it doesn't mean everyone's going to agree. So every time something's lifted, am I going to wait for all of Twitter to also agree that it's okay to do it? I mean, you're not going to be able to please everybody.
No, and ultimately, we went places that were outside, socially distanced, wore our masks. We were with our group of 5, 6 people.
Yeah, it was 6.
We did our best with following.
Look where we're at. You have to explain leisure time to people. Like, we were out, but we were wearing masks. It was only 5 of us. We were apart. Like, you have to literally explain you having fun with people.
And like, I don't know. They said it was okay to do that. It was safe to do it. Is everybody going to agree that it's safe? Do we have to make sure everyone agrees with what's safe? I don't know.
There's a lot of hypocrites on that.
Now, you both said you dated shitty boyfriends. So,
oh God.
What? Well, obviously you're in relationships now, but what type of man gets Britt and Jess Allen's attention?
None on Twitter.
Yeah. Honestly,
there you have it, people. None of you on Twitter.
Both of our boyfriends are not active on social media.
Yeah, my boyfriend doesn't have it. Well, he has one, but he doesn't follow it.
Yeah.
He just checks on my shit to see when I'm mad at him.
His last post was like 2 years ago, so if that tells you anything.
My favorite is when Brittany's boyfriend will troll her on Twitter, and someone will be like, "Who's this guy?"
I mean, my boyfriend does troll me, but he doesn't have an active account where he posts himself or that type of thing.
So okay, so
particular man, I don't know, similar interests, but I would never date a power lifter. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. I think as we go to meets and we see guys in singlets and they're annoying and they're aggressive and the conversations we're having,
they're very disgusting.
Disgusted by power lifters, and I get why people could be disgusted by us. I understand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm disgusted.
I mean, we pee sometimes on that platform, so
it's not attractive.
Yeah.
Somebody spilled apple juice. We need to time out. That ain't apple juice.
That happened to me in the gym the other day around all these teenage boys. I was just like, fuck.
In your white shorts. In your
period. Terrible.
Now, what made each of you get into your respective sports?
Oh, you can go first.
So this was back in 2017. So I've always been, in college, I went to the gym. Like I was that cardio girl. Like I did the machines. I didn't know what I was doing. Back in 20, before like fitness and like powerlifting was a cool thing on social media, there were a few girls at my gym who were lifting really heavy weights. And I was like, what are they doing? And powerlifting at the time for females was very new, very amateur. So I went up to this girl at the gym who was probably deadlifting like 225, which for us now, it's really not a lot, but she was a beginner at the time too. She was like, yeah, I just started this sport called powerlifting. And I was like, oh, I like looked it up on Google. I was like, are there classes that you can do this at? Like, how do I get into this? Because I thought it was really cool. Like, this girl is lifting a lot of weight. And I don't know, this girl was tiny. Like, I was tiny at the time. I was like, oh, I want to do this. Like, this is so badass. So I researched some couple places around Philly. I joined this all women's like powerlifting strength class. And that's really where it started. Just lifting with other women, and like even though at the time I wasn't lifting a lot of weight, just learning it and like learning how to actually like bench, squat, and deadlift. Where at the gym I had no idea like what I was doing. I was using like the Smith machine. I was using like those machines that exactly. I was like, oh, I'm squatting and I'm like barely even like sitting down on the seat. So yeah, started. I thought like lifting, like females and lifting was super badass. And I was like, I want to do that. And, it's still like a very niche sport. Like there aren't a lot of female powerlifters to this day. Like just because, Jess and I follow a lot on social media, there really aren't that many. Mm-hmm. Like we're very niche and some people don't even.
Like disc golf.
Yeah. I mean, we get confused with like CrossFit all the time and like bodybuilding. So, it's still very niche. And I don't know. I really enjoy doing it. I got injured, but it gives me something to like work towards at the gym every day and just competing against yourself. So getting better with those numbers. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Miss Buick lifter? Jess Allen.
So I was always pretty active. Like I played lacrosse in high school.
I knew you was a lacrosse girl. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I did lacrosse, and then like being in the military, I got really into like calisthenics and getting strong and all of that. So the military kind of really got me into the gym more and being more fit. And then I got comfortable in the military, and I was like a fat half marathoner for a while.
Wait a minute. What is a fat half marathoner? What is that like?
It's like a baby harp seal that could run. So, and then I always liked lifting. I had a personal trainer for a little bit, but I would never actually like follow through on anything. Because I was a fat half marathoner. And I was like, no, I'm gonna run instead. And she's like, okay, good luck with that. But then I got into lifting again. I went through like a really bad breakup. I was really depressed, and I started going to the gym. And then I'm like, I don't want to go home and be miserable, so I just stay at home all day, or I'd go to the gym all day. I'm sorry, and I would just lift and lift and lift. And Brittany was into lifting. I'm like, oh, I want to go to like Warhouse Gym. And I was too afraid to go there by myself. It was like a very intimidating gym. I used to sit in the parking lot and I'd text her. I'd be like, are you here? I'm not going.
Oh my god.
But no, I love it now. So it's very empowering. It's fun. It's something I'm like good at.
Yeah.
So sometimes you find your niche later in life. So for me, I found it in my late 20s. So I really like it. It gives you sustainable goals. It's easy to see progress because it's a number on whether it's on the scale or it's on the platform. It's easy to kind of measure your progress, and I like having measurable progress because I'm such a type A person when it comes to stuff like that.
Now, you two ladies, you had a nickname on Twitter that was the Steroid Sisters for a long time.
Yeah.
And I absolutely hated that fucking name because I talked to a few insiders, and that apple juice that you guys spilled on the stage was tested and swabbed, and you both came back clean. So congratulations. So there's no steroids between these two, and I coined you to the Barbell Barbies because number one, Steroid Sisters is that's so bad. It's like, because that's not what you guys do. You still obviously aren't lifting enough because the amount of mansplaining I see underneath y'all videos clearly shows you're not taking enough steroids, because you're not listening enough and you're not listening correctly. So that's one of the things that I first got in tune with you guys. Like every time you would do like Britt would do like a video, then Jess would do a video, and then somebody like Clockwork, you're gonna kill your back in 2 years, or
Doesn't
you
count.
won't you just lighten it up, Jess? Your form is off, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing that you like? You can and at first I used to get upset because I used to be like, everything's not a mansplain. Sometimes people just are like giving you their opinion. But then I saw that no, they're not giving you their opinion. They're pretty much trying to tell you why you're still inferior to them. And I'm like, these girls are putting up some serious weight. I don't give a fuck what form they use. That's some serious fucking weight. Like, so where do you stand on that? I know y'all really hate when people mansplain underneath your videos. Where do you stand on that?
So it's like it's a necessary evil of the internet. So like if you're gonna post anything, you're gonna put anything out there, like people are always gonna comment. Like TikTok. So like TikTok is the worst platform. The worst. Like you think we get it bad on Twitter? Nothing.
Yeah, you gotta go to our TikToks.
And please don't even go to my TikTok. Like it's just like the teenagers are like so nasty. They're like, eat a dick, your form sucks. They're like, that's not real. I'm like, what?
Yeah, go die.
It's just, I just delete the comments. Unfortunately, on Twitter, I think what bothers me about Twitter is you can't delete someone's like nasty mention. And like sometimes it's like I don't want to address it, but I also don't want it to just sit there for everybody to see. But then sometimes when you reply to it, you draw more attention to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. So I report things I don't like now.
Yeah, and then you have that crowd of men who think like women shouldn't lift. Like, like, oh, like
don't
you're
do
gonna
too
get
much. Don't take it too
like
far.
muscle is not attractive. I had a few of those in the past where I like called them out on Twitter, and I was like, why are you judging me? I'm trying to better myself. If you don't like the look, you don't have to look. Like, not everyone likes the muscular look, and I get that.
Or like they'll tell you look like I get told I look fat all the time. I don't know because I have a weightlifting belt on. It's not attractive. You guys have seen Matilda, the trench ball. She has like a weightlifting belt.
You just don't do that. Just so you be throwing kids around the schoolyard during the breaks.
It's like, like all that weightlifting, you should hit the treadmill.
Yeah, do some cardio.
I'm not gonna hit the treadmill. I'm happy like this.
But this is the thing. Like you're doing what you love to do. So why does it matter if Jess wants to lift a Buick, lift a Buick. If Britt wants to have veins in her bun, then have veins in your bun. Just be happy. Like I just don't. I don't get the vitriol you girls get when it comes to fitness. At least you're not posting like a buffet and you're sitting there drooling on yourself and juicy and fat. I mean, you're literally posting fitness.
Definitely, we have our fair share of.
You should see what we eat after a meet.
Yeah,
I remember because I was I wanted to strangle Britt so bad because she kept complaining about how she couldn't eat anything. I was like, please hurry up with this contest so she can eat a meal. Please, 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 please. And then you finished, you posted your medals, and then I think the next tweet you guys were eating. Like you were like just scarfing food down. So Big T Will said burgers and fries. So what is
Big T Will?
Hey, Big T Will.
What is the idea cheat meal for Britt and Jess?
Literally burgers and fries.
It's always burgers.
Like a big
burger and fries? From where? From where?
It's always somewhere different. So we always go to like somewhere kind of niche after a meet.
Yeah,
so like
small.
I can't remember the names of any of these places, but I know like the one in Conshohocken. You actually had replied to like, where's this at? I need to know. I think it was like the Lucky Dog Gastro Pub in Conshohocken. They had like this really thick burger with like melted Gouda cheese, and it was on like a greasy brioche bun. It was like incredible. That was my favorite. I'm sorry.
You can't talk food around me. Like today was leg day for me, and like I'm always like, is it bad when you're like thinking about food in the middle of lifting? You're like, man.
We do that. there we meet, we're like, when do we get to leave?
I know.
I'm trying to eat food.
I know.
Sour Patch Kids aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
It was one video. I think it was Jess. Was it Jess? See, I get you. It was a video that one of you post, and the funniest part of the video was the spotter. Like he just came up behind one of y'all. Like I'm trying to think. I think it was.
It was mine.
Yeah,
It was my deadlift video. He looked like
Yeah.
Like he just like.
He just walked up.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's like someone I'm friends with on Instagram, and I didn't realize who it was. And then I'm like, oh, that was you. I'm like,
He just came up behind you like.
Ponytail hits them in the face
He was just
every time.
standing there, and I was like, is he? Should I be worried about Jess? He's just standing there. He like. I was like, I guess he wasn't enthused. I don't know, but it was weird. But
No,
who said stand up? Who?
he will.
Tell Jess to stand up. Listen,
Oh,
I told you. Listen. Go to her Abby picture. She's standing up. Get out of here, T. But see, that's what you get, because you know what's weird. That's why sometimes I be like, when I see like 20 million guys, they be like, not 20 million, but a lot of guys be like, oh, Jess, you're beautiful. Britt, you're beautiful. Blah 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 blah. And then that one guy that said something so bad, and then you guys, you just leech onto that one, and you just gotta get them. Like sometimes, do you feel like you should let that one go and let the other 10 positive comments speak for themselves, or sometimes it's so bad where you're like, I gotta respond to this dude?
Also, the other day, I didn't even post anything like seductive. I was like, oh, I just went to the loft and I bought work shirts. And someone said, oh, I hope no one tries to grab your boobs at work. And I was like,
Oh my god.
Like,
You get a lot of those comments
I was
too,
like-
from like females,
I was
like
like,
about
I-
the dudes.
I'm like, what do you mean?
You get a lot
let
of
me tell you something.
Are they in danger? Yeah.
Now, I will say this. Females are the most, how can I say this? You guys can openly flirt with each other and it be like no problem. Like I see like where girls be like, bitch, I'm about to be a lesbian for you tonight. Like I'll be like, okay. Like or like y'all comment about each other, you be like, oh, your ass is so big, it's so fat, I love it. And you be like, but then if a man like it and agree, be like, you fucking creep, like get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
but she said it first. I just piggybacked off of it. So why are you so upset? What do you think about that?
I don't know. You know what? A lot of those I don't even look at anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, queen, fire.
Yeah.
And you know what? My boyfriend will actually, like, I'll post a picture and he'll open it up and I'll get to his house. He's like, let's see what you posted on Twitter today. I'm like, let's fucking not. And then he'll pull up a picture and he'll read all of the simp comments out loud to me. And I'm just like cringing. I'm like, oh, like they are really bad when he reads them out loud. And like her boyfriend does it too. Like they sit there like fire emoji, queen. Oh my god, you're so
Like at
beautiful.
least if you're gonna comment, switch it up. Like say something different.
I wish I could never
Queen,
be
listen,
Yeah,
Queen
people
is safe.
dangerous. I'm a damn. What else is it? A baby.
Queen is safe. Queen. Or you.
It used to be like catchy.
Yeah,
but
now it's, like,
it's
fucking
so
annoying.
overused. Can I curse?
Like I said Vanilla Queen the other day, and like people like lost their mind. They was like, Vanilla Queen, I like that. I was like, I literally just added vanilla in front of Queen. Like
His daughter.
Black Queen, Vanilla Queen. Like I don't know what you want me to say. Now, something I asked everybody that's on my show. How many black friends do you have?
Oh, I don't know a lot.
Yeah, like we live close to Philly, so we get a lot of, we have a lot of good friends that are in the city, outside the city.
So I actually grew up with a group of friends, and they were black, but we used to say, like, they used to joke they were like the whitest black family ever because they were Jehovah's Witnesses, and there were like 10 of them, and they all had J names. And I used to go snowboarding with them like every weekend. I went to 4-H with them.
Wait a minute, you went snowboarding with black people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wasn't black, but
But they were like my
no,
best friends growing up.
nobody has failed that question yet. Because what I'm waiting for that one white person to say is, "I have 3 or 2." Like, if you can count how many black friends you have, then we got to reevaluate what's going
Yeah.
on. But
I can pinpoint certain people that I'm truly friends with, and then there's people I'm like associated with, and they're cool. You know? But like I can definitely,
especially in high school, like for me, I was on like the hip hop dance team, so like a lot of my friends.
oh, wait a minute. I need video. Brit
There
on
are
the hip hop dance team.
I was in college too. I was on a dance team, and yeah, so you know, I was like probably one of the few white girls on the team. I'm not gonna lie, but it was
Not the hip hop dance team.
yes, I swear.
Oh,
I'll have to send you videos. They're embarrassing though, because I'm like, oh god, that's what dancing
you
was
owe
like.
me. You owe me the hip hop dance.
All right,
Okay.
all right, I got you. I got to
So
show you
you
my
go-
college ones too, because you're gonna be like, there's like 2 white girls up there. Is Brittany one of them?
did you bring it on?
Yes. Yes.
My God. The hip hop dance team. Oh my God. I would have never in a million years
I
pictured
know.
that.
I forget it too because I'm like, damn. Like all I do is lift now and go to bed.
Hey, listen, I wish all I did was lift and go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's getting close to 9 and I know Jess has a curfew, so make these next minutes or so count. So just a break. Is this something that you will want people to know about you that's a misconception? What would that be? Do you or is it all true?
No. I just think like when we're outspoken or sharing our opinions on Twitter, that's just we're trying to express ourselves. We're not trying to offend anyone. We're not trying to, make anyone upset. It's just, I'm not going to change who I am to please someone. So, Jess and I in real life, we are loyal. We tell the truth. We tell it how it is. We're outspoken. That's just how we are. And, that's how we're going to be on Twitter and on social media. So we're not going to change just to please someone, and please a group of people.
Jess.
you know, it's funny. So before I was really like actually friends with Brittany.
Oh, here we go.
So because this is how I imagine other people see Brittany. Brittany like is like this really cute, dark haired, like throwback Snooki in the now in the 2020s. And I used to think like she was super like I just assumed this. I knew nothing about her. I thought she was stuck up. I thought she was a slut. I thought that she was someone I would never get along with.
See how women think about other women just off of a picture. Like,
Exactly.
hi, I'm
Exactly.
Britt and I just lifted weights. Slut. Like,
But like that's just I think it was because I was friends with like one of her ex-boyfriends and he used to be like, oh, like Bardo's such a slut. And I'm like, what? Like really that girl? This one? Okay, yeah, maybe she is. But no, like Brittany is so far from that. Brittany is like she's like kind of
Brittany's
soft.
far from a slut.
She's kind of shy at first. So
Very
like every
shy.
time we would show up to the tailgate, we'd be like, shit, we should get drunk before we go there. I'm too shy. Like where's something?
Oh my God.
We think about it so much. We're like, I don't know, I'm like nervous. Like, what if no one talks to us?
Yeah.
Like, what if they don't know who we? So like, Brittany is like shy. She's very she's not stuck up at all. She's like one of the most down to earth people I know, and I think like that's a misconception that I could see. Maybe people might think that she's high maintenance, but she's like not at all, except about certain things.
Yeah.
But like in general, as a friend, she's like I'm one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just a real person. So if anything, that's what I could see being a misconception about her. About me.
Yes. Yes. Don't try to. Yes. You.
Oh, I'm kind of an asshole in real life. So, I
Hey,
think
listen. Own it.
it's military though.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was like I was very shy and introverted.
How it is.
I was a wallflower in high school. I didn't have that many friends. I was like the weird horse girl. I don't know. Like, I had a horse and like I didn't have that many friends. I did art classes and I kept to myself. So I really kind of became myself and I had this whim, like I dropped out of college, I worked at Starbucks, and I got fired, and I joined the military, and I became this whole new person.
You got fired from Starbucks.
I got fired from Starbucks.
You were a barista.
I was drunk.
Oh my God.
But I kind of got like this edge to me. Like I don't let people talk down to me. I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm aggressive. Aggressive's not it. I just don't let people walk all over me.
Mhm.
So I can come
That's
off.
fine.
I have a big personality, but then I'm also like really introverted at the same time. Yeah. So.
I thought you two would have went that route, but yeah, that's mostly what I hear. Like these two are stuck up, or these two are annoying, or these two don't shut the fuck up.
Okay, we can be
We can be
annoying.
annoying.
I'm like, damn, we're being annoying.
Everybody's annoying on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm annoying. Like I got Jess with a troll the other day. Like that's how. I mean, like, come on. I was just talking to you. I switched my account and got you. Like it was amazing.
Gym, and I'm like, okay, oh fuck
it.
Now, before Jess gets off, I do want to, because this would be good to broach. I just recently took a step back from social media, from Twitter, because I was going through some mental health issues. Like I let everybody know, a long time ago, that I was bipolar and major depressive, and I was going through some things, and things were just one of the quote unquote triggers, if you want to say that, was me going on Twitter, seeing something, then arguing with people arguing with me, and then it just got to be too much. So instead of letting my pride kick in and being like, well, I'm just gonna fight everybody and I'm just gonna go through it, I just took a step back, got help, spent time with my family, like really like saw things from a different angle, and saw, got out of that whole dark place where I was. And I mention that because Jess, you are very transparent about when you go through things and you post it. And that's one of the things I love about you, that you're very open when you're going through something physically or mental health wise. Like you let it be known. Like it's sometimes you just don't like something and you let it be known. And I say that to say that when you can do something like that, you're not stuck up. You're not an asshole. You're real. Like we have good days, we have bad days. And I just want to let you know that you're not the only one that goes through stuff like that. And just like you have, Britt, I have people in my corner that don't want to see me go down that path. And I just wanted to let you know before you get off that I do appreciate what you post. I appreciate the humor you two bring. And I just want you guys, the guys, ladies, to keep doing what you're doing. Like, don't change for anybody. Like the same thing that you're doing now is the same thing that has you where you are now. And if you change that up now, then you're really gonna be miserable. So I just wanted to say that long-winded thing just to say, yes, thank you for coming on, and thank you for agreeing to this and being an excellent follow on Twitter. I don't give a damn if y'all don't like it. I don't give a shit. So what? Like,
Love it. It's the highlight of my week. When you're gone, I get upset.
I remember we weren't sure where we stood with you for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's gonna make a parody about one of us, and then I have to delete.
We can't
my
be on his
account
bad
forever.
in the beginning, I didn't know how to take you to. I was like, okay, they're exposing people. I like that element. But are they doing it to be mean, or are they doing that to expose jerks who are creeping on Twitter? Then I realized you were exposing it for creeps. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I can rock with them too. But yeah, you two are. It took me a while to just figure out where you were, but I figured that out, and it's all good. Now, any parody I do, you two, it's all in fun and jest. Like when I do a parody in a malicious intent and manner, I think you two are aware of where it can go and how
yeah.
deep it goes. But you two are
You can make fun
awesome.
of my bun any day.
Well, the bun is retired because that was a classic. Because I got 17 followers from being a bun. Like
Wow.
That was
that
limited
was like
edition.
that. And then I like how the bun attacked Jess's hair because it was down and it was blonde. It was like, yo, you think you all that because you're blonde? And
What about your
it was.
toes? Look at your feet.
Yeah, my feet. That wasn't as
Oh yeah,
exciting.
just out of his feet. I got 3 followers off of that.
I'm sure you
But no
did.
requests for pics. Weirdos out there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Some
man.
but girls, this has been fantastic. I know I only had you for an hour, so Jess, you get home, be safe. Tell your boyfriend I didn't keep you that long. You're gonna be good. Britt, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. You get to miss the fun part when I get to rant about stuff, but that's okay. You could see the ending later on.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Be safe. All
Yeah.
right. Just tweet something when you get home, Jess, because I don't want the last thing to be anybody heard from Jess. Well, she was on Real Time Prince Blue the last time we heard from her. Tweet when you get to your boyfriend's house, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Thanks.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
How do we leave?
That was the Barbell Barbies. Um, two, two, they're sweethearts, man. Like some of you need to get out of your feelings. Like they lift weights and they post about their boyfriends. Who gives a shit? Like everything can't be doom and gloom on Twitter or Facebook. Like, despite what you people may think, some people is actually having a good time in society. Like some of y'all need to cut that shit out, man. Like it's like, and that's another part of the reason why I was out. Like I'm making jokes stuff. People like, how can you make a joke at a time like this? They're storming the Capitol, and I'm like, who's they? My family's here. Like, nah, what you want me to do? But yeah, shout out to them girls, man. They were awesome. They were really open to anything I can ask, and I tried to ask as much as I could. But I really just wanted to talk with them and not be more of an interview, but to let people see a different side of them that they may not get from a tweet. They may see a tweet and assume, like a lot of you assume that Britt was stuck up. Britt is she's a wonderful person, yo. She'll give you any advice. She'll talk to you. She'll reach out to you. So some of y'all need to just chill, man. But on that note, yes, people, I did take a break from Twitter for the reasons I said, and I just had to. Like, I know when something is wrong, and I know when it's too much. See, it's people who don't know anything about bipolar, like it's legit to extremes. Like you saw it, like you just saw it. Like I went from tweeting every 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever, blah blah blah, to no Twitter at all. That's the best way I could put it. It's either all or nothing. There is no medium. There is no medium. So I had to step away all and get myself together and have a plan to when I came back. And I don't even know if I'm going to stay on or if I'm going to go back off again. It may be an hour down the road, excuse me, and I may go off again. But, I'm just going to take it, 1 hour at a time, one day at a time or whatever. But I appreciate you, Mustang. Yeah, shout out to your dad, man. Like it's tough, and it's not easy to, I'm a big dude. I'm a strong dude. Like I've done a lot in my life. I like to say I'm pretty tough, but I promise you that mental health monkey, so to speak, it's no joke. And when it's on your back, it turns into a gorilla, and there's nothing you can do. I'm therapy. I'm on meds. Like I mean, it's but sometimes it's not working. So you gotta shift and figure out why is it not working. Sometimes everything goes into his life, physically, mentally, medically. It all goes into one, and you got to figure that stuff out. And every day is a new day, and I try to figure it out more and more. But with that said, I got that all out the way. Shout out to Daryl Morey for not doing that dumbass shit that Houston did. Houston pretty much traded for Eddie Levert's fourth cousin, twice removed, Karis LeVert. Like, you traded James Larden right now. He's James Larden for all those draft picks and Karis LeVert. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. Daryl Morey was not about to give Houston Maxey, Simmons, Thibault, and picks. Like, what the fuck y'all think this is? This is not 2K. Like, you can't just line anybody up and think they about to play. So for all of y'all already hating Daryl Morey and comparing him to Howie Roseman, stuff like that, man, y'all need Jesus or whoever it is you pray to. Wiccans, Jesus, plants, trees, edibles, whoever it is. Like, come on. For the first time, and I want to say 2 years, Joel Embiid looks like a legit MVP candidate. He is having fun. This Sixers basketball team is a team. That game last night, they would have lost. The 2 games where they had to come back under Brett Brown, they would have lost. I don't care what nobody say. 8-4 is 8-4. And they got screwed 2 games by the NBA. Everybody else is getting their games postponed. The Sixers had to play 2 games with the minimum amount of players. And they had to fake dress Mike Scott for one of those games. The Sixers are early on, they're the most balanced team in the East. Defensively, offense. And again, the Sixers' problem isn't scoring points. Look it up. They're top 10 in offense. It's not scoring points. Well, who's going to make the shot at the end of the game? You just saw it last night. When it's time for the playoffs, you need somebody who's going to stick a Tatum, going to defend a Giannis, going to defend a Jimmy, going to defend whoever else decided to make it. That's a good ISO player. That's Ben Simmons. Oh, yeah, by the way, give you 15, 10, and 10. We need to just understand what Ben Simmons is. He's a big-ass assist machine that can defend. That's what he is. The days of him becoming who was a triple-double machine? Honestly, if I want to compare Ben Simmons to somebody, I'm going to say he's Grant Hill without the offensive repertoire. If y'all don't remember when Grant Hill was a stud, he was 20, like 8 and 8 and somewhere around there, and he could just do it all. And he just stepped. His imprint was on the whole game. That's what Ben Simmons is. And I will take that if Embiid is playing the way he's playing. Because guess what? You know what Embiid loves? Embiid loves being able to jack up 25 to 30 shots. Tobias loves his 15 to 18. And then you got Maxey, then you got Shake. So if Ben can get you around 15, 10, 15, 9 and 9, or somewhere between 15 and 18 points, and give you elite defense, what are we crying about? Every number one overall pick is not going to be LeBron James. And that's okay. Shit, even fucking if Ben Simmons becomes Lamar Odom, I'll take that. Before all the jokes and shit like that, Lamar Odom was 18, 10, and 10. Like, dude was like, he was a stat stuffer. He was a stat sheet stuffer. That's what Ben is. Like, if you look at Ben Simmons and you want to just read his stats, you're going to be disappointed every damn time. Because you're going to be able to poke holes in it. You're going to be like, only 16 points? Oh, but he had 8 rebounds and he had 9 assists and 3 steals. Oh, let's look over there. Who was he defending? Oh, man, whoever he was defending was 7 for 21. That's what Ben Simmons is. You can win with that. You know what you can't win with? Somebody who's going to dribble the air out of the ball and piss off your best player who's a center. Guess what centers need to be successful? The basketball. Guess who doesn't want to give up the basketball? James Harden. Karate Mark, I agree. Looks like Ben is not LBJ, might be the fourth scorer, not potentially the best role player. And guess what? He may eventually ascend to a third option where he's around the 18-point range. That's fine. But guess what? You cannot, if you thinking about building a team around Ben Simmons, you better have some elite damn shooters. You better have Steph Curry's everywhere else. Because that's the only way you can build a team around him. But in this structure right now, he's a better fit than James Harden. I know, 30 points. 30 points. But what good is that 30 points if he's pissing off your best player, your superstar, Joel Embiid? He's stopping the ball, and he's not defending the other team. Santiago asked me, you think Dal makes a move by the deadline or no? Is light-skinned people light? You best believe Daryl Morey's making a move. He making a move. And I'm just sitting back and enjoy it. The Sixers are 8-4, y'all. Could be 10-2 if the NBA didn't shit on them for 2 games. Y'all just be patient. Seth's gonna come back. Tobias come back. I think Tobias and Shake come back tomorrow. Listen, you have a real Sixers team. Enjoy it. You know what I saw yesterday? Maxey made a mistake, and Sam Cassell was on his ass. We haven't seen that. Doc is up and always giving advice to players. When the players go to the bench, an assistant coach is next to them. I'm telling y'all, be excited about this Sixers team. We good. It's okay. We're not going to win them all. And trust me, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I get pissed off every 5 minutes about something when it comes to the Sixers. Like, I could be like, yeah. Oh, fucking trade them all. Blow the team up. But that's just me being emotional. But some of you are crazy. Like, you want to give the East to the Nets already. They're fucking second. I don't care, whatever best player, however you want to shake him. He's not even showing up to work. No one like D. My man, shout out to my boy No One Like D. He ain't shit army. What up, Cat? Bro, remember Jason Kidd didn't have a jumper when he came to league? Nope. Did not have one. Developed one later on. Remember they called him Ace and Kid because he didn't have a J. But you could build a team around Jason Kidd. Those 2 Nets teams that went to the finals back to back, guess who was the point guard? Jason Kidd. Look it up. He was like, what? What was his stats? Somebody look it up for me real quick. Let me look it up. Jason Kidd stats those 2 years with the Nets that they went to back. Let me find it in a second, y'all. Let's see. What was his points? Here we go. Jason Kidd that year, when he was leading the Nets, he was 18 to 15 points a game, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 37 minutes. He shot 41% and 38% from the field. Jason Kidd, Hall of Famer, champion. They built those Nets team around a guy that gave you 15 and 18 and shot 37% from the field. Like Karate Mark said, Shoulders, aka Dwight Howard, is the best backup to the team. I mean, the best backup for Joe. Kind of loving him on the squad. And that's what I'm saying. This team is actually likable. Look at them when they play. They enjoy playing. When somebody makes a mistake, it's my bad. Or they go up to that person and they figure it out. The last couple years, you will see hands thrown up, people arguing. Joel will yell at people. Like, you're not seeing that anymore. This is a team, man. Enjoy it. This is the Sixers basketball we can love. Doc Rivers, Hall of Fame coach. Let that man cook. Sam Cassell, Yeager. Let these people cook, man. I get it. Harden was out there and you got excited. Okay, now it's time to recalibrate. Daryl Morey, not a dummy. He's going to get something else in here. Maxey, Shea, Thibault coming back strong. He's had a good couple games here. Tobias is playing like Clipper Tobias. That's the only thing, Retro 6. At that 2-guard spot, I'm not sure Seth is doing well. Maxey's doing well, but I just think that 2-guard spot is not set in stone. If a move is to be made, it's gonna be at that 2-guard spot. Maybe somebody with a little more size next to Ben. Maybe that high flyer out in Chicago. Who knows? But if you move anything, just know Tobias is probably going to be part of that deal to make the money work. So be careful when y'all want these trades and stuff going on, because some of y'all was like, yeah, we could get Harden for 5 picks, Jason Peters, and Carson Wentz. No, it doesn't work that way in the NBA. You do got to give something to get something. But that's all I wanted to say about that. This was about Jess Allen and Britt, who blessed the show, and I appreciate them. Listen, y'all, I can't stress this enough. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. The people that checked up on me, I appreciate it. Listen, I started this show because I had nothing to do. Y'all already know this. I'm retired. Like, I'm just home with my son. I'm a house dad, and I had nothing to do, and I needed something to channel my energy. I was done with school, and I had nothing to do, so I started this show to reach out and talk to people during the pandemic, and it just turned into something else. And here we are. I'm still going strong, and I appreciate that from all of you. I couldn't do a show if nobody's listening. Obviously, people are listening, people are downloading, people are enjoying it. I see the Real Prince Blue merchandise. I mean, you guys are the best. And like I said, I've lost out on some opportunities to do bigger things, but that's okay. I was bummed out about it. I was bummed out about losing out on some opportunities and people turning their backs on me because, when the heat came for my style, which I present to everybody, I was bummed out about that. But it's okay because it is what it is. I'm still here. It's not stopping my show, and I get to do my show my way. No sponsors, no nothing. I'm just doing me. If I had a sponsor, it's sponsored by my family. And that's all right. But shout out to everybody. Y'all know where y'all can find me at Real Prince Blue on Twitter and Instagram and all that other good stuff. I've had fun. This is great. This helps me get better, and I appreciate you all. Make sure you download this episode as soon as I post it. I will download it and then I will post it that it's available for download. Please check out all the other episodes that are up. Any past episodes that you may want to listen to. Trust me, if you're just in the car, you're just driving, and you're just doing something, whatever, I ask one favor. If you're listening to one of my shows, please tweet it out or say that you're listening to. I'm very bad at marketing. I hate talking about myself. Other people get on me about that because they think I should talk about the show more. But I just have a hard time talking about myself. I've been very busy. My wife is glad that I'm maybe about to get back on social media, do something else, because I've been doing nothing but buying shoes, y'all. Like I bought shoes that lace themselves. Like what are we doing here? Like my wife looked at me like I had a third head. She was like, "So you telling me these shoes lace themselves?" I said, "Yeah." As soon as I put my feet in the shoes, yo, my shoes just tied themselves, y'all. I mean, that's what it is. But thank you, everybody. Y'all be safe, be good. Do whatever it is you need to do to keep yourself going. And remember, if you're going through something, let you're not alone. I'm here. Anybody else here? Please, please, please reach out for help. Don't go through anything alone. Anybody could be you know what it takes? You know what really makes you tough? Is when you admit that you need help and you have problems. That's when you're tough. Like people can have jokes, but at the end of the day, you're getting better. And that says a lot about you. So be strong, people. I'll catch you later. Sunday, I think. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Sunday, we'll have another show and we'll do it all again. Real Prince Blue, I'm out.